Chosen one, listen to me carefully. I have an urgent and important message to share today, and this message is not for everyone. This is only for those who truly walk the divine path of God. If you are not serious about your faith, if you are only curious but not committed, this message is not for you. You can leave now without guilt. But if you are still here, it is because God Himself allowed this message to reach you, and it has reached you at the exact moment you needed it. Not early, not late, right on time. This message will not entertain you. It will align you. It will not flatter your ego. It will awaken your spirit. Today, I am speaking directly to you because the 144,000 are waiting, and you are not just one of them. You are called to lead. This calling is heavier than you think, but it is also holier than you realize. Something is shifting in the spiritual realm, and you can already feel it in your heart. By the time you reach the end of this message, many questions you have carried silently will finally make sense. Stay with me. Before we continue, chosen ones, give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on the bell icon, share this message with other chosen ones, and comment 444 in the comments to declare that you are ready to step into God's divine leadership calling.
Who the 144,000 truly are, beyond misunderstanding. Chosen one, let me slow this down for you because this is where many misunderstand, rush, or let fear and ego distort truth. When people hear the number 144,000, their minds immediately go to mystery, hierarchy, or spiritual competition. But that is not how God operates. God does not choose based on excitement. He chooses based on endurance. He does not select based on loud faith. He selects based on quiet obedience. The 144,000 are not a crowd seeking attention. They are not a spiritual elite walking around announcing who they are. In fact, many of them spent years wishing they were not chosen at all. Because the truth is this: being chosen is not glamorous. It is weighty. It carries responsibility, discipline, and deep inner refinement. The 144,000 are those who allowed God to deal with their heart when no one was watching. They are those who were willing to be corrected, humbled, stripped, and rebuilt. You see, God does not mark people outwardly first. He marks the spirit. The seal is not visible to the world, but it is undeniable in the spirit realm. That is why chosen ones often feel different, even when they try to blend in. They carry a seriousness in their spirit, a sensitivity to truth, a discomfort with lies, manipulation, and shallow living. This is not because they are better. It is because they are assigned. Now listen carefully. The 144,000 are not perfect. If perfection were the requirement, no one would qualify. What sets them apart is alignment. Their hearts bend toward God even when their emotions resist. They choose obedience even when it costs them relationships, comfort, or approval. They are not sinless, but they are sincere. They are not flawless, but they are faithful in repentance and growth. Many of you watching have spent years confused about why you could not fully belong to certain systems, churches, or groups. You tried to fit in, but something always felt off. That discomfort was not rebellion. It was discernment. God was training you to hear Him above voices, traditions, and opinions. The 144,000 must be able to stand alone if necessary, because leadership often begins in isolation. Let me also remove another dangerous misunderstanding. The 144,000 are not chosen to dominate, control, or judge others. They are chosen to serve, guide, protect, and intercede. Their authority does not come from titles or platforms. It comes from intimacy with God. That is why many chosen ones went through seasons where God removed distractions, relationships, and even ambitions, not to punish them, but to tune their spiritual hearing. You must understand this clearly. God does not rush spiritual leadership. Anyone can speak loudly, anyone can quote scripture. But not everyone can carry God's heart. The 144,000 are those who learned compassion through suffering, patience through delay, and wisdom through silence. They know what it feels like to be misunderstood, overlooked, and rejected. That experience is not accidental. It prepares them to lead without cruelty and correct without pride. There is also a purity associated with the 144,000 that many confuse. This is not only physical purity, it is purity of intention, purity of motive, purity of loyalty. They are not double-minded. They do not serve God when it is convenient and abandon Him when it is costly. Their yes is steady, their no is firm. God can trust them not because they are strong, but because they are surrendered. Some of you have struggled with the idea of being part of the 144,000 because you see your flaws too clearly. Let me free you from that burden. God already knows your weaknesses. He chose you with full awareness of your past, your fears, and your limitations. What qualified you was not your record, but your response. When God corrected you, you listened. When He disciplined you, you did not run. When He asked you to let go, you obeyed even while grieving. The 144,000 are also unified in spirit, even if they never meet physically. They recognize truth when they hear it. They feel disturbance when deception rises. They are spiritually alert. That is why many of you sense shifts before they happen. You feel heavy without knowing why. You feel urgency without clear explanation. This is not anxiety. This is spiritual awareness developing. Let me also say this with clarity and calm authority. Not everyone who claims to be chosen is part of the 144,000. And not everyone who is part of the 144,000 is aware of it yet. God reveals identity in stages. First, He forms character. Then He reveals calling. If calling comes before character, pride destroys the vessel. That is why God kept many of you hidden, delayed, and uncomfortable. He was protecting your assignment. The 144,000 are those who learn to submit their ego, their desires, and their timeline to God. They stopped asking, "Why me?" and started asking, "What now, Lord?" That shift is maturity, and maturity is what leadership requires. These are people God can trust in crisis. People who will not panic when pressure rises. People who will not compromise truth for applause. Chosen one, if this resonates deeply, it is not coincidence. It is recognition. You are not discovering something new. You are remembering something eternal. The confusion you once felt is being replaced by clarity. The fear is being replaced by peace. And the calling that once felt overwhelming is beginning to feel familiar. This is who the 144,000 truly are. Not a mystery to fear, not a title to chase, but a responsibility to carry with humility, discipline, and unwavering faith. And as we continue, you will understand even more clearly why you were not just included among them, but prepared to lead. And let me add this, chosen one, because your spirit needs to hear it clearly. The 144,000 are not driven by fear of missing out, nor are they motivated by reward alone. They are moved by responsibility. When God speaks, something inside them responds before logic has time to argue. That is not emotion. That is recognition. Spirit responding to spirit. Many of you wondered why you could never fully rest in a shallow version of faith. Why surface-level teachings left you hungry. Why entertainment disguised as spirituality never satisfied you. That hunger was not dissatisfaction. It was preparation. God was training your discernment to recognize depth, truth, and weight. The 144,000 are not entertained by noise. They are nourished by truth. You were also taught restraint. You learned when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to wait. This balance did not come naturally. It was forged through mistakes, corrections, and divine patience. God was teaching you how to carry authority without aggression and confidence without arrogance. Understand this. The world may never applaud you, but heaven recognizes you. Angels respond to alignment, not attention, and God entrusts influence to those who will not misuse it. That is why your journey looked slower, heavier, and lonelier than others. You were not delayed, you were being refined. So breathe. Let your shoulders relax. You were never behind. You were being prepared. Why you were chosen to lead, the mark on your life. Chosen one, I want you to listen to me without rushing, without doubting, without arguing with what your spirit already knows. You were not chosen to lead by accident. There has been a mark on your life long before you had language for it. Long before you understood God. Long before you even trusted yourself. That mark has been speaking quietly through every season of your life. You noticed it early, even if you could not explain it. You felt different, not superior, just different. You sensed things others ignored. You questioned what others accepted without thought. You felt deeply, and sometimes that depth felt like a burden. You were sensitive to injustice, hypocrisy, and spiritual emptiness. This was not weakness. This was awareness. God was already shaping the lens through which you would see the world. Leadership did not come to you through applause, it came through pressure. While others were being affirmed, you were being tested. While others were being comforted, you were being corrected. You walked through seasons where nothing made sense, yet something inside you refused to quit. That persistence was not stubbornness. It was calling. God was teaching you how to stand when reassurance was absent. You were chosen to lead because you know how it feels to be misunderstood. You know the pain of being judged without being known. You know what it is like to give your best and still be overlooked. That experience carved humility into your spirit. It stripped you of the desire to dominate or control. It taught you empathy. And empathy is one of the greatest tools a leader can possess. Many of you did not grow up feeling supported. Some of you carried responsibilities too early. Others learned independence out of necessity, not choice. God allowed that not because He abandoned you, but because He was training you. Leaders must be able to carry weight without collapsing. They must know how to function when support is minimal and answers are delayed. Let me speak directly to the doubt you still carry. You often ask yourself if you are really qualified. You compare your inner struggles with the outward confidence of others. You wonder if your flaws disqualify you. Hear me clearly. God does not choose leaders because they are flawless. He chooses them because they are teachable. Your willingness to be corrected, refined, and reshaped is what set you apart. There were moments when you wanted to quit. Moments when you questioned God's silence. Moments when obedience felt unrewarded. But you stayed. Even when you were tired. Even when you were confused. Even when your faith felt fragile. That consistency marked you. Leadership begins with endurance. Anyone can start. Few can remain faithful through delay. You were also chosen because you are not easily intoxicated by power. Praise does not blind you. Titles do not define you. You crave peace more than recognition. That is rare. God cannot entrust influence to those who are addicted to validation. He gives authority to those who know how to return glory back to Him without resentment. Look at your life honestly. You were never able to live recklessly for long. Conviction always found you, even when you tried to ignore it. That inner correction was not condemnation. It was guidance. God was sharpening your conscience because leaders must be able to discern quickly and clearly. You were chosen to lead because you have walked through internal battles that forced you to know yourself. You confronted your fears. You faced your shadows. You learned where you were strong and where you were fragile. That self-awareness is not common, and it is essential. Leaders who do not know themselves end up hurting others. Some of you were isolated not because you were rejected, but because God was protecting you from premature influence. He did not want your voice shaped by noise. He wanted it shaped by truth. Solitude refined your thinking. Silence strengthened your discernment. Loneliness pushed you into deeper dependence on God. You were also chosen because you carry a calming authority. When you speak truth, it settles chaos. When you walk into confusion, clarity follows. You may not notice it, but others feel safe around you. That is not personality. That is spiritual presence. God rests on those who have made room for him internally. Leadership is not about commanding crowds. It is about carrying responsibility without complaint. It is about making decisions rooted in wisdom, not impulse. God watched how you handled disappointment. He observed how you responded when things did not go your way. You did not become bitter. You became deeper. That maturity qualified you. Let me address something gently. Some of you tried to avoid leadership. You wanted a quiet life. You asked God to choose someone else. That reluctance did not disqualify you. It confirmed you. Those who crave leadership often seek power. Those who hesitate often understand the weight of responsibility. God trusts those who do not rush toward control. You were chosen because you know how to listen, not just to people, but to God. You pause. You reflect. You discern. You do not react impulsively. That patience will guide many. In a world addicted to speed, your steadiness will be healing. There is also a resilience in you that was forged through repeated disappointment. You learned how to rebuild when things fell apart. You learned how to start again without losing faith. That resilience will become a foundation for others who feel broken. Chosen one, leadership is already in you. It has been expressed in small ways long before it becomes visible in larger ones. How you care, how you speak, how you endure, how you forgive. These are not random traits. They are evidence of preparation. God did not mark you because you asked for it. He marked you because he could trust you with it. The calling to lead is not a burden meant to crush you. It is an assignment meant to mature you. And as you step into it, you will not become someone new. You will finally become who you always were. Breathe. Let the pressure lift. You are not chosen because you are perfect. You are chosen because you are aligned, and alignment is what heaven responds to. The silent waiting. Why the 144,000 are not moving yet. Chosen one, this is the part that has tested you the most. Not the battles, not the losses, not even the loneliness. The waiting, the silent, unmoving, unanswered waiting. And I want to speak to you calmly here, because many of you have quietly wondered if something is wrong, if you missed a step, if you delayed your destiny. Let me be clear with you from the beginning. The waiting is not a mistake. It is not a denial. It is not disobedience. It is design. God does not move his chosen ones in chaos. He moves them in order. And order always begins in stillness. The reason the 144,000 are not moving yet is because movement without alignment creates destruction. God is not interested in speed. He is interested in precision, and precision takes time. You see, silence is not absence. Silence is instruction without noise. Many of you expected the call to leadership to feel dramatic. You thought there would be a loud confirmation, instant clarity, immediate momentum. But God chose silence instead, because silence reveals what noise hides. It exposes impatience. It exposes insecurity. It exposes dependence on external validation. And until those things are healed, movement would be premature. The 144,000 are waiting because they are being synchronized. God does not activate individuals in isolation without considering the whole. This calling is collective, even though the preparation feels personal. Each one is being refined at a different pace, in a different environment, through different pressures. But the alignment happens simultaneously. Heaven moves like a symphony, not a solo performance. Many of you feel like you are standing still while the world rushes past you. Others are advancing, building, announcing, celebrating. And you are still waiting. That waiting is not stagnation, it is containment. God is strengthening your foundation so that when movement comes, you do not fracture under pressure. Let me address the frustration you have not spoken out loud. You have done the work. You have prayed, you have obeyed, you have changed, yet things still feel paused. Hear me carefully. God does not reward obedience with immediate results. He rewards it with trust, and trust comes before responsibility. The 144,000 are not moving yet because they are being taught restraint. Anyone can act. Few can wait. Waiting trains discernment. It teaches you to move when God moves, not when emotions push you. Leaders who move too early end up correcting damage later. God is saving you from that burden. You also need to understand this. Waiting is not inactivity. It is internal motion. While it looks quiet on the outside, deep restructuring is happening within you. Your priorities are shifting. Your desires are becoming simpler. Your tolerance for confusion is decreasing. Your discernment is sharpening. These changes are subtle, but they are essential. Many of you are being weaned off dependency. Dependency on people, dependency on systems, dependency on affirmation. God is teaching you how to stand without leaning. Because when leadership begins, others will lean on you. And if you are still dependent, the weight will overwhelm you. The 144,000 are also waiting because God is watching how you handle uncertainty. Will you panic? Will you compare? Will you compromise? Or will you trust? Waiting reveals faith in its purest form. Faith without evidence. Faith without applause. Faith without reassurance. Some of you feel like your life is on hold. Plans delayed. Opportunities stalled. Relationships stagnant. That pause is intentional. God is limiting distractions so you can hear Him clearly. When too many doors are open, discernment becomes difficult. God closes doors not to punish, but to focus. Let me say something that may surprise you. If God moved you earlier, it would cost you more than it would bless you. You would carry responsibility without rest, influence without wisdom, authority without peace. God is protecting your nervous system, your emotional health, your spiritual clarity. Waiting also reveals what still needs healing. Old wounds surface. Old fears speak louder. Old patterns try to return. This is not regression. It is exposure. God is allowing unresolved areas to rise so they can be addressed before leadership begins. Leaders cannot afford unhealed wounds. They bleed onto others. The silence you feel is not God ignoring you. It is God trusting you. Trusting that you will not walk away when He does not explain Himself. Trusting that you will not create your own movement out of impatience. Trusting that you will remain faithful even when direction feels unclear. The 144,000 are also waiting because unity requires maturity. God is aligning hearts, not just assignments. Division delays activation, ego disrupts flow. God is cleansing pride, competition, and comparison from His chosen ones. He is teaching them to recognize each other without rivalry. Many of you are learning how to rest without